Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to Chocolate Covered Pages. I'm Kiona, if you didn't know already. And in today's video, we have a subscriber request. Give Me Pizza Bro has recommended that I do a video about strong sisterhood themes and books. So let's get into it. She is looking for books that are going to give her those sisterhood vibes, and that is what we're going to do today. Now, did I mention that I am always open to subscriber requests? I love when y'all request for me to do certain videos that align with your interests. If I can't do it, then I will let you know that I can't do it. But, you know, I will always try my best to accommodate. Okay, so the first book that we're going to talk about that immediately came to mind when I was thinking about books that had strong sisterhood vibes, and that's definitely going to be Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkinson. First of all, I love this book so much. Okay, and by the way, we're not just talking about books that have sisterhood vibes. We're talking about ones that I'm actually recommending that has sisterhood vibes, okay? Now, this book is a historical fiction. It is mostly set in the Caribbean, a fictional Caribbean island, but it also spends some time in London and Cali. So it spends some time around, right? This book is really about a woman named Eleanor, and Eleanor has just passed away. And her two adult children, Benny and Byron, they're going through the services and stuff like that. A attorney comes to them and says that he has a tape that their mom has recorded to basically tell them everything that she couldn't tell them when she was alive. They only have this tape, and then they also have a black cake in the freezer. Right? And it basically says you will know when is the right time to have this cake. So as far as the friendship vibes, the sisterhood vibes go, so there are two characters in this book named Covey and Bunny, and Covey and Bunny are just thick as thieves. Bunny loves the hell out of Covey, and it's so obvious. Like, it is absolutely so obvious that she loves her, and she cherishes their friendship so much that she is willing to do whatever. Bunny is the definition of a ride or die, okay? She was willing to even put, her own feelings aside to make sure that Covey was good. I honestly can't tell you anything more than that without spoiling the book, but just know that Covey and Bunny was really like this in this book, and it's definitely going to give you the friendship vibes. I started the TV show on Hulu, but I did not finish because I have so many TV shows I'm watching right now. I really need to go back to it though. If you finished the TV series, please let me know down below in the comment section, because I want to know, does it end as well as the book does? That is what I want to know. Alright, so the next book that I want to talk about is Parachutes by Takara Allen. I would classify this as urban fiction romance, but it's definitely more on the side of just a good story, and it has romance. You know what I mean? Because this book is so much more than the romance that's in this story. Takara is very good at writing characters where we don't know whether on one hand we love them, on the other hand we kind of hate them. Like, she always writes characters that it's never super clear. You know what I mean? It's never super clear on, yes, obviously we should hate this person. She always writes characters where it's split. You know what I mean? Where it's like you could see really good sides of this person, but you could also see that they did some stuff that they had no business doing, right? Okay, so picture this. You in your house. This is the first time that I'm mentioning this book, so you know I really gotta I wanna do it right, okay? So picture this. You in your house with all your kids, right? You in your house with all your kids. It's the holiday season. Your husband he flew somewhere, but he's on his way. All of a sudden, you get a knock on the door. It's the police. The police are knocking on your door. You are like, what is going on? Because you're afraid, because you know that your husband is supposed to be flying to your house, and why is the police here? The police are saying that they have someone in custody, and the person that's in custody is in the back of the squad car right now. The person who is in the back of that car is a young boy, and that young boy is saying that his next of kin is your husband. And then when you find out the boy's name is your husband's name, Junior. And by the way, this kid, because your husband is not there, this kid needs to come in your house, because this is where your husband live, and this kid that's supposed to be his need to come inside. So now you got to bring this kid who has the same name as your husband in your house right now with all the rest of your kids. So that is literally how this book starts off. It's not a spoiler. It's literally from, you know, page 2. And then the rest of the book just flips back in time to show us how do we get to this point, right? This is going to be a 3-book series. Part 2 came out a couple of months ago. I have not read part 2 just yet. I read a little bit, but then I stopped myself because I want to know when part 3 is coming out. Just a date, just nothing crazy, just like a date. Because I don't want to be waiting. You know, this is the type of story where you will want to know what is going to happen right away. Okay? When I tell you that this story is just, this story is a lot. This story is definitely a lot. It's great to buddy read because there is a lot of discussion going on whose side you're on. What predictions you have. Okay, so let me get into the actual sisterhood of this book. That is why we're here. So the woman who's the main character of this book is named Tally, and Tally has a friend group of Abby, Lex, and Paige. These 3 women are really her support system throughout the book. Even when they go back in time, anything that's going on with Tally, they are there for her. You know, even though they know that Tally, she got some stuff about her. She really do. She's not a perfect character. What I find with Tally is that she expects people around her to be a certain way, and when they're not, she can, you know, she can really cut you off. You know, I love her friendships because, you know, I feel like they were giving her pretty sound advice. You know, they didn't just let her just go off to the deep end. You know, like it always seems like they were there for her. And she also has 2 guy friends, and they are also there for her in multiple ways as well. So I really enjoy the sisterhood inside of this series for sure. And best believe when things hit the fan in this book with this whole kid in this whole situation, they're definitely down for her, which is what we need. You know, we don't need somebody like, oh, but you know, like, no, they all gather at her house and they're all ready and willing to do whatever she needs, you know, whatever support she needs. And you know, it's what we love. Okay, so the next one I want to talk about is going to be Charges to the Game by Nay, and this is an urban fiction. And this one is also supposed to be a trilogy, but right now only books 1 and 2 are out. So keep that in mind if you decide to pick this up. The main character, Mahogany, has been left an entire drug empire. So she brings on her 2 best friends, Tiffany and Murray. And these 3 ladies are pretty much doing the damn thing when it comes to handling business, handling the ops. Whatever is needing to be done, these 3 ladies are getting it done. And one thing that I really appreciated is that, you know, again, sisterhood. There was it didn't seem to be any type of jealousy between the ladies, no snide remarks, no, you know, shadiness. Even when they see, you know, one of the chicks is moving funny or whatever, they was getting called out, you know, and that's what you should do when you have a friend. You gotta call it out. You have to call it out, and not, you know, just talk amongst yourselves, you know, like, hey, you know, you was doing that the other day, I didn't really like that, you know. So that is what I really enjoyed about you know, the sisterhood dynamic of this book. Mahogany is the queen of this whole entire empire. So you have specifically a lot of men that are not comfortable with that. So a lot of people are trying to knock her off her square, and her girls are right there like, okay, who we riding on tonight? You know, like, they were ready to go, especially that Murray. They were ready to go. It's like you need, Murray was a shooter. You always need a shooter on your team. I'm not saying like a actual shooter, but you know what I mean. Somebody that's ready to go at all times. And that was definitely Murray. Tiffany was more of like a silent assassin. Another book on this list is another Takara Allen. Maybe Takara Allen just knows how to write really good friendships. I don't know. But it's going to be Last Stop from Innocence by Takara Allen. And this one is more of like a young adult novel, but this is like older young adult. Like, I would say at least 16, 17 and up, if you know, to pick up this book. I love the audiobook. It is narrated by Shayna Smalls, and this is about a girl named Amor. Her mom has just passed away, and now she has moved to Jersey to live with her estranged father. And you know, as she's living in this new neighborhood, she's meeting new people, but she also has a cousin who's around the same age as her, but you know, they used to be really cool back in the day, and now they have reconnected. Now that they are in the same neighborhood, it's like they never had any time apart. You know, they become instant best friends. And it just reminds you of when you're young and you have a cousin that's like around your age, and y'all just thick as thieves. You know what I mean? Like, y'all are getting into a whole lot of trouble. Y'all covering for each other. It's just fun, good vibes. And I love that with the 2 girls. I love how much they have each other's back. Like, they are not playing around. I love that they keep each other's secrets. Like, I just love so much about their relationship in this book. And also, this book is just so freaking good. Like, it's just good. You know, I've mentioned this book before, so you've had ample enough time to pick this one up. So make sure that you do, especially if you want to get in on the sisterhood vibes in this one. There's also a very big romance in this one. Typically, I'm not down for the young adult romance, but this romance is different. I love this book. I love this book a whole lot. The next one I want to talk about is You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akweki Emezi. This is another one that you probably wouldn't think would be on this list, because this one is a literary fiction with more of a romance kind of plot. There's actually a lot of romances on this list, but you know, it is what it is. I don't know, maybe that's just a coincidence, but there is a beautiful friendship in this book, especially in the very beginning parts. We are following the main character, Faye, and Faye has had some loss in her life. Her husband passed away, and she has been dealing with grief for the past 5 years. She is living in this apartment with her best friend Joy. I love how it's just straight up vibes with her and her best friend Joy. Like, Joy got her own stuff going on. Joy's dibbling and dabbling in things she probably shouldn't be, but so is Faye, and they're kind of just in this no judgment zone. And you really shouldn't be judging your friends. You really should not. You know, Joy was with the shits. Like, she really was. And, you know, it was what it was. You know, I think Joy was more so like Faye. Like, I just want to see you happy. I want to see you enjoying yourself, you know. And if that means doing something, you know, in a bathroom, then go ahead, you know. So that is what we need. We need friends that are just, you know, not all the time. You need some friends that are just gonna be like, girl, you probably shouldn't be doing that. You might regret it. But, you know, let's just say Faye had been through a lot, so we could definitely give her a pass. We could definitely give her a pass. There's definitely some messiness in this book, which I won't get into because that digs into more of the plot and more spoilery type stuff. We don't do spoilers over here. So that is going to be it. Give me pizza, bro. I hope that you have gotten what you needed from this video. If you are new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe so you could catch me here every Monday for more bookish content. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye.